Today we're doing cheap versus expensive Quakers cocktail. Does more expensive ingredients make a better cocktail? Or can you just go with cheap? I just picked up 2 raspberry syrups. Master of Mixes infused raspberry syrup. It's only a half-size bottle, but it's less than half the price of Torani raspberry syrup. This is supposed to last 2 or 3 years once you open it. I want to compare these. Torani's on the right. The Master of Mixes is on the left. They both smell similar. It's very thick, sweet. It's like a syrup you would put over ice cream. Now this is more like cough syrup thickness and how it looks. It's sweeter, more artificial. More like a Jolly Rancher. I think I do kind of like the Master of Mixes raspberry syrup. I'm going to start with the expensive. It's 3/4 ounce rum. I'm going to go with Dorado 21 year. 1/2 ounce Torani raspberry syrup. 3/4 ounce Brandy. But I'm going to go Cognac, most expensive brandy you could get. 3/4 ounce Hennessy XO. And 3/4 ounce fresh squeezed lemon juice. And shake it with ice. And since I like long drinks, I'm going to serve it in an old-fashioned glass filled with crushed ice. Strain it right over that crushed ice. Top it off with a little more. And a nice fat raspberry garnish. And drinking through crushed ice is a huge pain, so I'll use the straw. That is good. That Hennessy XO and Dorado 21 year, they go so well together. I've put them together in one other drink before. Ancient Mariner. And I gave that I think a 10 out of 10. All right, I'm going to go for the cheap version now so I can compare them. 1/2 ounce Master of Mixes raspberry syrup. 3/4 ounce Cruzan dark aged rum. I could have gone Bacardi with the rum, but I want something similar to the aged Dorado. There's just not going to be any flavor in Bacardi. This is about the cheapest aged rum that you could get. And for the brandy, the Christian Brothers brandy. This is so cheap. Never tasted this before. I've heard very bad stuff and also some pretty good stuff about this. So there's some people that just drink this. There's nothing offensive about it. It's just pretty light, I guess, on the flavors. And for the lemon, it's 3/4 ounce real lemon, bottled lemon juice. And shake it up. It definitely looks less appetizing. No. It's a huge difference. This cheap one tastes artificial and no character in the alcohol. This expensive one, the raspberry barely comes through. But it mixes well with the real lemon juice, the real fresh squeezed lemon juice. Oh, that Hennessy XO and the El Dorado 21 year just go so good together. It makes me sad that it's so expensive. It's not as good as the Ancient Mariner with the Hennessy XO. Cheap one's not horrible though. It's just a totally different drink. I'd be happy with that in a bar. It just doesn't compare. I'll give the cheap Quakers cocktail a 6 out of 10 and expensive a 9 out of 10. The truth is, for 92 cents, this is good. For 11 bucks, this is good too. All right, I gotta mix up a third. What if I went midway? What if instead of the 21 year El Dorado, I went with 12 year El Dorado? And what if instead of the Christian Brothers, I went with Decourtet VS Cognac? And then fresh lemon, that's always worth it. And I want to try the raspberry syrup. I don't have the prices in my head for these right now, but I'm sure it's much cheaper. It looks like these are going to be about $1.60 to make the same cocktail. So I'm going to mix that up real quick and compare it to the over-the-top expensive. Okay, so a half ounce of the raspberry syrup, 3/4 ounce El Dorado 12 years, 3/4 ounce Decourtet VS Cognac, and 3/4 ounce fresh squeezed lemon juice. Let's just put a straight straw in there. I'll call this the value Quakers cocktail. It definitely isn't as good as this expensive, but it's definitely better than this. I'll say raspberry syrup wise, we can't tell the difference between these. Yeah, this is good. You're just not going to get that great pairing. Definitely pairs better than the Christian Brothers and that Cruzan rum. The value wise, you should go with these. I'll give this one a 8 out of 10. Well, since I already made it, I'm definitely going to go drink this one right now.